Alright, picking up where we left off. So this will be part 2 of, and what I was doing is just reinforcing the leading edge of the V-tail rudder surface. So I put some hot glue on there and just threw the bamboo skewer in there. So this is the second one. That baby goes in there, and yeah. So let me throw some hot glue on the bottom of this. And the inside. Oops. Push it right on through to the bottom so that it bottoms out in there. If you wanted to keep it as accurate as possible, you could dry fit this and make yourself a gauge to control this V. It's probably a good idea to make yourself a gauge out of styrofoam or the foam board here to maintain these angles, to get them right. So once you have a dry fit and you start gluing things together, you kind of lose track of where that angle needs to be. Because right now I have no control, have no way of discerning whether or not it's right, other than by eye, and that could be pretty accurate once you get practice with it. Most people can get it real close, and that's good enough. So all I'm doing now is just reinforcing those areas. Here, let's try this real quick. So I got a big old nasty blob there, right? So you just want to press that right into it. Sometimes dragging the finger through is okay, and then you get these rollies, right? You can take a heat gun and you can slightly heat up that surface, and then reheat the surface, that is, and then drag your finger through it again to try to clean it up as much as you like, or not. So if you do, when you do break this off, kind of make a snap. Yeah, that one didn't work as good. So this is where I would use the heat gun and warm this up a little bit, and then reshape it a bit. And so there you go. We have a V-tail configuration. You can cut it in like this. You can stack it on top. You can simply glue it to the outside surface like that. And then take the blade to it and cut off this corner, wrap tape around. There's just a number of ways you could do that, and that's all cool. This makes a good place for a camera to sit, looking aft or even forward. Looking forward's a nice view because you get quite a bit of the plane in view. The other thing I wanted to point out was an application of a horizontal surface up here as well. Two things: it makes it a brace to brace this, and then you could put in a rudder right there, or not a rudder, elevator. These are acting as rudder vanes, I think. No, ruddervators, where they are acting as a rudder for yaw, and then also elevator. And if you do some fancy mixing, you can mix them in as rudder vaderons. I'm making up words now. Rudder vaderons would be if you had these then connected, or yeah, what's the word? Yeah, connected to your aileron circuit. So when you're doing your left rudder or left aileron, that you're going to actually get some roll from these surfaces in the back. Is it necessary? No. And you might be able to, no, it's definitely not necessary. Is it possible? Sure. You might even be able to get away with a no aileron wing and do the aileron function back here. So like a, so this will end up like a delta. So that would be a delta mix where you have elevon is what it is. So a whole lot more gentler, docile, and slower acting. Yeah, alright, so there you go. You can hang some surfaces off of here. I mean that's kind of weird looking, but you get the idea. You could even do internal push rods from here all the way to your control horns that might be out here on this surface. So if there was a control horn right here, you pop it right out the center and run that all the way to the front, or have a servo in here on the side. There's room for these little 9 gram units fit in here real nice, generally speaking. So does that fit in there right like that? It would take a little hacking, but you could get it in there and it'd be easy to do. And with this blade that reaches in long, you could massage some of this material out of the way to install. What I did on mine is I installed 2 vertically right here on the tail fuse section. Okay, so enough about that. Throw down some questions if you have any questions in particular about this idea. Need something explained, repeated, or whatever. Just let me know.